All right, part 3 of our 7 steps to selling your own home. This one's important. Don't skip out on it. Marketing.
Oh God, marketing is so important. You think this is how everybody knows how awesome your house is, and you want as many people to know as possible.
Yep. Okay, so there's a few pieces to this. Photography. Ooh, we're going to get into that.
Oh,
so many
so
people
good.
try to skip this step. Don't skip this step. Photography, flyers, writing your house description, and then signs.
So photography. So the one thing you may think, if you've looked for a house recently, right, that you're like, oh my God, these photos don't look anything like the house. When you get into the house, you think that. We want the photos to lie.
Yes.
And I don't mean that to be deceptive, but you want the photos to look so good, right? If you are a professional photographer, go for it. Take your own photos. You know how to edit it. You know how to make it look good. But I'll give you an example for our photographers. Okay. We hire local professional photographers. And what they do is in every single room, they get a wide angle lens, backing up, wide angle lens to make the room look good. And they will take 5 different exposures. And I can't even tell you what an exposure is. I'm not a photographer. But anyways, 5 different brightnesses basically for each room. And then they layer on top of each other to make the photos look awesome and bright.
Every nook and cranny of the room is shown in its perfect light. It is statistically proven that homes that are listed with photos that are done by a professional sell for a lot more than homes that have photos done by themselves.
I mean, I have seen plenty of people that are not professional photographers. They go out with their iPhone and the rooms look dark, the rooms look small, the rooms are messy, the rooms, right? Make sure you hire a professional photographer. It costs, depending on the market, you can find somebody in some areas for $200. In Seattle, all in, it's probably $450. They're there for a couple hours. It's well worth it. You'll get digital copies the next day. Don't cheap out on it.
No.
Get professional
I mean, we've
photos.
all seen those photo files on Redfin and Zillow. It just looks... The photos that potential buyers are seeing, that is the first thing they see of your house, the first image they have of your house, and that's going to be the reason that gets them in or gets them to say, nah, I'm moving on with my search.
And again, we've talked about this previously, but like you're going to have some yard cleanup and some landscaping done. But if your grass doesn't look beautiful, the editors will make your grass look beautiful.
Yep.
They have green pen or green editing or whatever it is. Like they will make the photos look great. So, don't cheap out.
Don't cheap out on professional photos. Yeah. The next piece of this, now that you have these beautiful professional photos taken, you can create some marketing flyers.
And if you're a marketing person and you enjoy doing this, make your own. Yep. That's totally fine. If not, you can go to Canva.
Canva is a great website to do it.
Right. I mean, we have marketing professionals on our team who do them for us, but make sure they look great. And also, like, this is another small little thing. Don't print them out on super cheap paper.
Yeah, do
right.
Nice
when
paper.
Somebody comes in to your house or they drive by and you have a sign out, right, for sale sign and a flyer box out. Make sure it's not super cheap. You don't want somebody to walk away going, God, what are these guys doing? It's some kind of a hack job.
Yeah, get some nice card stock to do your flyers.
Right,
and the things that should be on it are obviously a picture of the front of the house and then the main rooms in the house. The living room, the kitchen, the primary bedroom and bathroom, and then put all the pertinent details that someone wants to know. Obviously your list price, the size of the house, square footage, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and any other special amenities you have. If you have air conditioning, highlight that. If you've got a pool or a sport court, stuff like that, make sure it's all on those flyers. Potential buyers love walking away with marketing materials.
Is write a really nice home description. You can go on Zillow and look at everybody else's home descriptions to get good ideas, but make sure it makes your house sound awesome.
Okay, so what are some red flags in home descriptions that they shouldn't put in there?
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't make it sound too cheap, like fixer-upper.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like, you'll get a good deal, that type of stuff. Like, you want people to be wowed by it. You don't want people to go, oh, this is pretty cheap.
Yeah, you don't want to say, like, needs some TLC or anything like that.
I mean, because at that point, they're going to, like, even if you listed it at a reasonable price, they're going to be like, oh, maybe they listed too high.
Yeah. And think about, obviously you're going to have the square footage, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, but other things that a lot of buyers are looking for is a bonus room, an office, a walk-in pantry. So those are some features you definitely want to highlight in the description.
Yeah, and have some kind of call to action. So if you're listing it by yourself, and you haven't found a way to get it onto your local MLS, maybe you have like a QR code that will lead them to a website, right? And again, you can build a website for very inexpensive for your marketing, right? Yeah. On Foursquare or something like that, but have a call to action, be very available if somebody calls you, right?
Yeah.
So if your call to action is text you, call you, whatever, put your cell phone number on there and respond as fast as you can.
Okay, the last piece of this for your marketing are signs. You obviously want a sign in front of your house because you want people to know it's for sale. But here's one caveat. There are a lot of rules around signs, rules and laws. So it's going to be super important for you to somehow research in whatever city you're in what the specific rules are for your area. But Jason, let's flash a graphic right now with some of our rules and laws in Washington State. There's certain things you can't do. A sign can't exceed 6 square feet. Signs can't be illuminated in any way. Only one sign can be placed on each street frontage. Up to 2 off-premise directional signs can be placed for open houses. Open house signs must be taken down within 24 hours of the event. Signs cannot interfere with traffic, obviously, visibility or public right-of-way, so they can't block a sidewalk. And signs must be removed within 2 days of the property being sold.
And just get a sign. I mean, you can go to Home Depot, you can go to Lowe's. I wouldn't personally go with one of those super cheap for sale by owner.
The red stake sign that just says for sale.
I mean, call a local sign company. Like if you're in Seattle, our sign company is called Sign Pros, signpros.net. There's free advertisement. But they'll make you a sign. It might cost you $100, but it makes you come across that you are much more legit than the person with the cheapo sign that they wrote in marker. It says for sale by owner. Signs are really important. Okay, so that's all the marketing piece to it. Don't skip out on this. This is how people are going to see that your house is listed for sale. Remember, photography, photography, photography. I said that 3 times. Beetlejuice.